Hey guys, welcome back to Football Predictions. Today I'm going to be giving out picks from Friday to Sunday, so for the whole weekend. I've done my research, and if you've been following this channel, we bet on goals and single games, and I just try to provide you with the best games that I got for this weekend. And if you have some locks, maybe games that I also missed out on, pretty obvious ones with odds 150 to 2 or higher, please write them down, and because I see the comments and some of you have been killing it, so yeah, congrats to that. Now let's begin with Friday's games. We start off with Stuttgart against Darmstadt. Now Stuttgart has been phenomenal all season long, considering that they almost got relegated this year. I mean, last year they've played the relegation game against Hamburg. They won it, and so far this home they're 10-0, meaning they scored 10 goals and conceded 0. They won both games 5-0, 5-0 against Freiburg, which was pretty surprising, and Bochum. And but at the same time, this is Stuttgart we're talking about. As the season goes along, things will balance out in the Bundesliga. I really hope that Bayern, Leverkusen, and Leipzig will be fighting to the end. Maybe Dortmund can join them. But Stuttgart is going to be one of those teams. Who knows? Maybe for Europa League. But for now, I think Darmstadt is a team that's... I don't want to say flying under the radar because they've been terrible, but this is the Bundesliga we're talking about. I can see them squeaking in a little goal, and that's what I'm going to be taking, that Stuttgart and Darmstadt will be BTTS, meaning both teams to score. And yeah, I'm playing for the fact that I don't believe that Stuttgart can keep this pace up at home. So I'm seeing Stuttgart scoring one goal. Well, both teams to score. 178 is the odds. So that's our first pick. Now, second pick, we go to the Serie A, Salernitana against Frosinone. Salernitana are one of the 3 teams in Italy that still haven't won the game. They lost 2 in a row without scoring a goal, and as you know, if you've been following this channel, this is a stat I really love, when a team doesn't score in 2 games in a row, because it's much higher chance that you're going to score in the third one, especially if the teams are as balanced as Salernitana and Frosinone, considering Salernitana is also playing home. Well, Frosinone have been really impressive, 3 positive results. The only game that they lost in Serie A was to Napoli, 1-3. But yeah, they won last game 4-2 against Sassuolo. Let there be goals in this game, but I'm going to be rolling with Salernitana to score over 1 goal. The bookies are giving us odds of 158 currently, so that's going to be our second bet. Then, to finish off, the Friday's picks, we've got the division that we have been winning on, 2 out of 2 so far, is the second Dutch division, Den Haag against Telstar. And Ten Hag is a much superior team. They're coming off 4 positive results. They had a big victory away against Groningen, while Telstar is dead in the water. They're dead last, and they're without a point in the Dutch second division. So I'm going to be rolling with Den Haag in this one. The odds are pretty decent, considering that this is the second Dutch division, and we're going to be taking that Den Haag is going to be scoring over 1.5 goals against Telstar. Now this is it for the Friday's picks. To go over really fast is Ten Hag over 1.5 against Telstar, Salernitana over 1 against Frosinone, and Stuttgart and Darmstadt, both teams to score. Now let's head on to Saturday. I've got quite a few Premier League games, but let's begin with Burnley Man United. Oh man, I usually try to avoid Man United in bets like yesterday. I thought they were going to score against Bayern, but I didn't put on them, and they scored 3 goals. The odds were about 10. Of course, I wouldn't take that bet. I would have taken maybe over 1. But this is a team that's unpredictable. They've been terrible. There's no way around it. 3 losses away. 3 consecutive losses because they lost at Brighton at home. And if they want to have an opportunity to win, this might be one of the last chances right now, because Burnley is terrible. Burnley, Luton, probably the 2 worst teams in the league. And if Man United doesn't win this game, I think Ten Hag, I'm not going to say he's going to get fired, but surely there's going to be some rumors about it. But we don't care about that. We just care about the goals. To be more safe, I'm going to be taking that Man United is going to be scoring over 1.5 goals against Burnley. And these are decent odds from the bookies, 170 right now. And I'm riding with Man United for once. Then let's stay in the Premier League. We've got Brentford against Everton. Brentford, a solid team. They lost to Tottenham last game 1-0, but they're coming off 3 draws at home. They still haven't won a game at home. Everton, they almost relegated last year. Looks like they're also going to be maybe fighting for relegation zone this year. And I'm going to be rolling with Brentford. I think they're going to get their first victory at home. We don't care about that because we're taking Brentford over 1.5 goals. And again, decent odds, 187 right now from the bookies. So that's our second pick. And to finish up, just the Premier League bets, we've got Luton with against the Wolves. Yeah, now we've been betting against the underdogs, and now I'm going to be going with the underdog here because Luton is the only team in the Premier League that doesn't have a point. Wolves are pretty terrible themselves. They got 4 losses in the last 5 games, and this is a chance for Luton to actually get a point or something. But we're going to be playing more safe here. We're going to be taking that Luton will score over 1 goal for odds 184. So now we're done with the Premier League for Saturday. Let's move on to Serie A. Now, Milan-Verona. Milan lost the huge derby 5-1 to Inter. Then they played a really good game against Newcastle, which we had for our Champions League picks. But they didn't manage to score. They had about 25 shots. Yeah, they didn't get the goal. But now I'm going to be thinking that they cannot have 3 consecutive games without a positive result. Milan is gonna come on fire this game. They're gonna win this game easily, I think. But we're gonna be rolling with goals. Milan over 1.5 against the Verona team, which is a mid-table team, so they shouldn't have any problem. The odds are a bit low at 152, but I see this as a lock. I see Milan winning this easily. Even if they don't win 2-2, we still win the bet. That's what's great about goals. No matter which result, as long as there's goals in the game, perfect for us, guys. Now, last game for Saturday, we stay in the Serie A. We've got Sassuolo, Juventus. A lot of people are high on Juventus, not me. I already did it in previous videos. I said they're overrated. And they had 2 positive results without conceding away. And so far, they're currently second in Serie A. But to me, they're not a top 3 team in the Serie A. That's Inter, Milan, and Napoli. And then Juventus comes 4th. I'm going to be rolling with Sassuolo. They're a pretty entertaining team at home. I think they're going to be scoring, they're just going to be scoring over 0.5 goals. So that's what we're going to be rolling with, that Sassuolo is going to score. Odds are 141, but Sassuolo is going to score in this one. I know my Serie A. I love Serie A betting. So that's it for Saturday. 5 picks, 3 from Premier League, 2 from Serie A. Let's move on for the final day, Sunday. Let's begin with La Liga. Sociedad against Getafe. I watched Sociedad against Inter. Sociedad dominated. They should have won the game. We actually had, as our prediction, Sociedad we had over 1 goal, so it was a return of money. But Sociedad should have won that game. Inter scored in the end, and Sociedad was unlucky. They're a really well-coached team. Even with Real Madrid, they played well. And so far, Getafe is higher than Real Sociedad on the table. That's shocking to me. But things are going to balance out. Sociedad is going to be a top 4 team in La Liga. And they're going to start with this game. I like the odds. I think that Sociedad is going to be scoring over 1.5 goals against Getafe. And yeah, a lot of over 1.5s this week, but I'm really going with the favorites. Now, let's move on to Serie A. Back to Serie A. Torino against Roma. Now, Roma, are they officially back? I'm actually recording this video before the game against Sheriff. They're about to start in a couple of hours, the Europa League. So we've got Lukaku and Dybala in attack, 7-0 against Empoli. The first 3 games they didn't win. It was a crisis mode. Roma will have to start bouncing back. They have to win against Torino. We're going to play it safe again. We're going to be taking that Roma will score over 1 goal. Great odds, 192. For sure they're going to score 1 goal. So, and Torino is a pretty good home team. They actually haven't conceded in 2 games, so that's perfect for us. Again, the stat that in 3rd game they're going to be conceding. Then let's move on. So we've got Roma over 1 goal against Torino. Lens against Toulouse. Lens, probably the most shocking team so far in the top 5 leagues. They only got 1 point in 5 games. They had a pretty decent game against Sevilla. Maybe this is something they can build around on to start bouncing back in the French division. Toulouse is a mediocre team at best. Lens is much more superior. They're playing home, and let them get the first 3 points of the season. We're taking that Lens is going to be scoring over 1.5 goals. The odds are 170. Now, for the last game this weekend, I'm bringing up a game with high odds, potential upset. Leverkusen against Heidenheim. I don't want to say a potential upset. We actually don't care about that. But Leverkusen, Leipzig, Bayern, as I said, the three most impressive teams in the Bundesliga, while Heidenheim, a newly promoted team, low-key has been balling out. 3 games in a row, they've scored 2 goals. They went 4-2 against Werder, they won 2-2 against Dortmund away, and then they lost at home 2-3 to Hoffenheim. But those guys can score, and bookies are giving us 3 for a Heidenheim goal, over 1 goal, and this is something I could see that could happen. This could potentially be a 4-2 type of game, and Heidenheim can score 1 goal. So that's personally me. I'm not sure if you're gonna be taking this bet, but I'm gonna risk it a bit. I like this bet. So that's our final bet for Sunday, and this is it. About 12 picks for Friday through Sunday. Guys, as always, thanks for tuning in. Most importantly, comment down your bets for the weekend. As I said, some of you have been killing it. I'm seeing, I'm commenting back, and sometimes I'm taking the bets. So that's great, guys. And the next video I'm going to be making is probably on Monday night, because we've got we've got EFL Cup on Tuesday, Serie A, La Liga, so no Champions League. Next week, it's going to be domestic leagues and EFL Cup. And of course, I'm gonna put out the video. Guys, that's it. Bet responsibly, stay healthy, and I will be seeing you in the next video. Adios.